Did you ask ChatGPT the question about LinkedIn?
Oh, I did.
We can talk about that during the show because we're live.
Yeah. All right, we're live.
Good morning. It's Monday, February 17th, 2025, and it's episode 48 of the daily Get Shit Done show. And we're here today to get shit done. We're going to talk about LinkedIn. We're going to talk about when and how to expand into more social platforms. We're going to talk about mostly, I think, the action plan. Okay. What are we going to get done this week? What did we decide we were going to get done last week? What did we actually get done last week to grow our business, to focus on the growth producing activities in your business, whatever they are, the things that you can currently see that are within your field of vision that you can do to grow your business, to generate more income, to bring in more sales, to increase, to grow, to expand your business, whatever level of business that you're at. That could be different things. And that's what Get Shit Done is all about. So we're going to be talking about the weekly action plan. And I am personally trying to get much better at doing weekly action plans. I am not in the habit of doing it. And when I do it, I get more shit done. So we're introducing the weekly action plan into Get Shit Done. And the way that we're doing that is we're working it out real time by practicing it live on the show. Eric's going to be the primary guinea pig, but I'm also the guinea pig. I'm going to do all the exercises and hopefully you're here tuned in and watching with us. I highly recommend the open a Google Doc is the best place for you to keep track of this kind of stuff. Use that. Otherwise, use a Google Doc. Okay.
All right.
Oh
Yep.
no, you and I are going to need to share our weekly plan so
Yep.
that we can hold each other accountable. Which is part of this is that you're going to want to have the ultimately once you have a accountability buddy and or accountability team, you're going to all want to share the same Google Doc for your weekly commitments. So it's not just you who knows what you're supposed to do.
I
Okay.
like
This,
that.
this
Yeah,
is
that's
a,
great.
this is a group process, right?
Next level.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole point. I had a client yesterday who very intelligent. They have a DR period before their name and has spent married, has a child, has spent the last few decades working full time in the mental health profession. I'm going to leave as many details out for privacy as possible and has held down a very good paying job for a very long time. And in the meantime, also has had her private practice and really wants to grow her private practice. And she's been studying marketing and funnels and webinars and low ticket offers and all these things. And in fact, has invested in over a dozen programs that cost several $1,000s a piece. And what we discovered during the course of the session was different than what she had originally asked for in her intake form. What I discovered, and then we discovered together, is that she consistently went about 75% of the way through a home study program or coaching program and then stopped and didn't complete it. But it felt like the program didn't work. But the
Mm.
program would have worked if she completed it and then kept optimizing it beyond that. Like completing it is just the first step, right? Getting good
Right.
at
Right.
doing the thing is the thing. And so everyone has different parts, different spaces, different ways in their path that we sabotage each other. But a lot of people, she's was very successful in her career job and has a part-time, very high-paying job doing the same type of work post-retirement, but is also trying to grow her business and is finding it hard to have the motivation to grow her business when financially she's secure. There's no desperation there. And there's a combination of no desperation and this habit, this pesky habit of not completing courses and programs.
Okay.
And if you, like me, are higher on the quick start and ready to be spontaneous and get something going, but not so good on the follow through, then join getshitdone.com right now to train yourself to start following through because you're never going to break free if you keep on dropping the ball and not completing what you start. But then when it becomes routine, you get distracted, then today is for you. So I'd like you to tune in, pay close attention. You're not alone. tons of people are suffering with these types of problems and challenges. I know that I do. And we're creating a structure and giving you the tools that you need in order to improve, to strengthen, to enhance your ability to take action, to follow through, to grow your business, and to work toward and perhaps even achieve your dreams along the way. That's what Get Shit Done's all about. Positive focus. We just got a foot of snow dumped on us. It has been such a wintry winter up in Vermont this year. I am so happy. I'm parked down near the bank because my driveway was not plowed out yet when I drove back from my girlfriend's house this morning. And it's just kind of crazy conditions out there, and I love it. I'm very happy about all the new snow. And it's weird snow, but still, it's very white and wintry. So I'm happy about that. And there's one more thing I'm happy about. And Eric, I want to do a little exercise with you to get started.
Okay, cool.
Um, and everyone watching, I encourage you to participate with said exercise as well in the comments. It would be awesome. So I'd like you, in particular, let's look at this through a lens of business,
Yeah.
not exclusive, but just as a lens of business. What are a few words that you would use to describe just to describe your personality and your level of success and who you are right now in business as a network marketer, as an internet marketer, as a Kanga distributor? What are some words you would use to describe yourself um, in that context that would give people an idea of your vibe
Okay.
and how you show up?
Yeah. Hardworking, growth oriented, forward thinking. Yeah. So I'm coming up with words, not statements, right?
No,
Is that
just
the idea?
words are
That's the
fine.
idea
Yeah.
of just the words.
And do
Okay.
your best to describe you as you think about yourself, actually, not as you like want to put on a business card. What is your inner dialogue? No, it doesn't have to be negative, but it could be. Like, how do you think about yourself?
Yeah. Can I put it like into short statements? I feel like I have a harder
Yeah,
time with
first
just
time I've done this
like single
exercise with
words.
anybody.
Okay.
So yeah, sure, go
Yeah.
for it.
All right.
Yeah,
Willing to do the uncomfortable things to move me forward.
that's
Willing to
good.
step out of my comfort zone. Willing to do the hard work it takes.
Now, I'd like you to think about the top distributors that you've had exposure to, whether you've met them, talked to them, watched videos of them in Kangan, some of the top leaders who are making bank and doing well and have been for probably a while.
Yep.
What are some words that you would use to describe them
Leaders.
or phrases?
They're really strong leaders, and they also have made a lifestyle of just repeatedly doing the uncomfortable thing over and over again, expanding their growth edge and their comfort zone and continuing to up level their skill sets, their mindsets, and are constantly teaching what they're learning.
Good. Okay. Cool. Cool. What are some specific skill sets that you feel the top leaders in Kangan have that you don't, or have and have developed to a far greater degree that you haven't yet?
Okay. One thing I see a lot of these top leaders in Kangan doing that I've never done, I've never had the opportunity to do or sought out the opportunity to do is speak on stages. A lot of them are speaking on stages at conventions.
So what I realized, this is my what I like. This is I've realized this before, but it didn't really sink in. Is that I realized that I could hypnotize people. So if you could, so hypnotists regularly hypnotize people from stage. Ironically enough, in comedy hypnosis shows, and I've never trained in comedy hypnosis or stage hypnosis, though I have trained in speaking from stage and speaking and selling from stage in particular. I
Okay.
haven't trained extensively, but enough to do a little bit of damage, but not to get really great. Public speaking is definitely the number one fear that is constantly cited and has been cited for decades as the number one fear of people. I don't know if it's of all people, certainly it's of Americans. And speaking and selling from stage. So were you talking about speaking from stage or speaking and selling?
Primarily, I see them speaking from stage.
Because everybody's already in Can
Everybody
right.
at the Enagic conventions, they're already in the company,
Yeah.
so yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see
Well,
them really selling from stage
yeah,
much.
so they probably have other opportunities where they sell from stage.
Probably.
But speaking from stage and holding the attention of the audience for 45 to 90 minutes, teaching something valuable, connecting with people emotionally, yeah, giving them an amazing and memorable, hopefully entertaining and educational and useful experience. All of these
Yep.
things, they take a lot of practice, they take a lot of work, but comedy hypnotists will regularly hypnotize. I mean, everyone's seen this, is hypnotize
Right.
people to sing and dance like Elvis on stage, even though they may have never sung an Elvis song and may not even really be an Elvis fan. They've heard enough Elvis just in the background on the radio, as a part of being as a result of being alive in today's day and age. Most people in Western culture have heard an Elvis song, at least when they were a kid or something, if nothing else,
Right.
right? And Elvis had a particular posture and dance move that everybody knows, like up at the mic and the way he tilted his head and did
Hey.
his hip thing and all this, right? And so everyone pretty much has a picture of what that means. That doesn't mean they've ever practiced it. That doesn't mean they've ever done it. And it certainly doesn't mean that they would normally have the courage, the emotional capacity to do that on stage in front of an audience without hypnosis. Many people would, given the conscious choice, they'd back out, right? Obviously, they're
Right.
not in any kind of actual danger, but fear controls us, anxiety controls us, stress controls us, every micro decision that we make. I gave birth to an alien baby once on stage at the National Guild of Hypnotists convention. I decided to volunteer and just go up on stage and do it. Historically, I've always been exceptionally difficult. Like I'm a classic pain in the ass person to hypnotize because there are lots of reasons for it. But at the end of the day, I don't let go very easy. And
Alright.
my teacher always told me that when I finally learned hypnosis, I was gonna be able to hypnotize anybody because I was so difficult to hypnotize, right? Like I'd know all the tricks to
Right,
resist.
okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep, yep.
I regularly hypnotize people who said, "I've tried 10 times before and no one can ever hypnotize me," and generally have no problem. And I realized that I could hypnotize people for hyper specific skills. So if you can hypnotize someone to sing and dance like Elvis with no prep, okay? They didn't watch a bunch of Elvis videos right before they went on stage. They weren't
Right.
practicing in the bathroom to warm up. There was no conscious practice. It was just, and I was like, why couldn't I hypnotize someone to be a better copywriter? Why couldn't I hypnotize someone to write amazing headlines? Why couldn't I hypnotize someone to be an A-lister copywriter who intensively studied with Gary Halbert for 20 years? Assuming they've had exposure to Gary Halbert and interest in reading and retaining the Gary Halbert writing, right, in the future. Why couldn't I hypnotize someone to be an amazing webinar presenter? An amazing webinar presenter, like top freaking notch, celebrity level webinar presenter, like
Yep.
the best,
Mm.
right? Why couldn't I hypnotize someone to be good at speaking and selling from stage and crushing it like every single time? Could. All of these things are very specific skills. Because I back in the day, I hypnotized this one weight loss client who had great results with weight loss, but he prepaid for a few months of sessions and he was making amazing weight loss progress. And I was early in my career, used up all my techniques, right? I only had so many tools in my tool belt and we had used them all. And so I thought, dude, do you want to get hypnotized for anything else? You're already making such great progress with losing weight. You're eating great. You're exercising every day. You're drinking tons of water. The weight's coming off. You're crushing it, right? So, what do you want to be hypnotized for?" And he's like, "Could you hypnotize me to sell more cars?" I was like, "Think so. Let me give it a shot." And so I hypnotized him to sell more cars, and because he was a car salesman, car lot locally, and he came back the next week. He's like, top salesman on the floor this week, first time
Right, you
ever,
told me about that. That's
right?
awesome. Yep.
Yeah, and then he just went on to do super, super well. And what I realized is that whether it be you want to become an amazing media buyer, an incredible recruiter, an amazing prospector, you want to be really good at connecting with people through text on social media and on Messenger. Like, you can niche it down as far as you want and hyper specialize in certain skills that you're currently not as good at, but you have a basic idea of how to do it. So I'm not going to be able to hypnotize you to be like, I can hypnotize you to be confident in anything. But in order to actually do it, you may need to learn how to do it first, right? You may
Right.
need to
Okay. Yep.
learn the information. You need the exposure. And so
Yep.
just because you're hypnotized to feel like a Olympic ballerina doesn't mean you're going to win the gold. It doesn't mean you have the muscles or the discipline or right, but it does mean that you could have the mindset and the capacity and the confidence to work toward getting there, right?
Yep.
And so question is, and you already answered it, is really what skill, if you were hypnotized to be really good at that, and think about doing a dozen sessions on that one skill, right?
Yep.
Like one session a week for 12 weeks or one session a month for 12 months, really focusing on becoming an A player, a total pro at that
Mhm.
skill. Imagine how good you would get at it. So imagine
Right.
if we hypnotized you to be a webinar god. Okay. And we did a
Right.
series of sessions, and one of them was on a specific traffic driving methodology. And one of them was on copywriting and building landing pages that convert. And one of them was writing exceptionally captivating and engaging slideshow and outline for presentation for your webinar. Another one is the confidence to speak well, to speak clearly, to be engaging, to be interesting, all these things. Hypnosis session to make you amazing at offer creation, yeah, and so on, and hyper developing the skills that you need to develop in order to succeed, except developing your skills way faster than the 2 decades it's gonna take. Do it the old-fashioned way. So I was really excited about thinking about that and
Cool.
creating some hypnosis sessions for, like, high ticket sales,
Yeah.
and creating hypnosis session for public speaking,
Yep.
webinar presenting, media buying, copywriting, all these types of things. So guys, if this is
Awesome.
interesting to you, if you're interested in hypnosis sessions to hyper develop specific entrepreneurial marketing skills or other related skills, type the skills in the comments that you would want to become a pro, like Olympic level, like one of the world's best at. And if I start seeing a pattern here with the types of things that you guys want, we'll create sessions in the forms of videos, in the forms of webinar, in the forms of products that we sell, and so on. So, very interested what types of hyper specific entrepreneurial skills you all want to get better at. Any other skills pop into mind other than public speaking when I pose the question, Eric?
High ticket sales comes to mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a
Hmm.
skill set that they all have.
Cool.
That's something
Awesome.
that I'm working on currently.
Yeah, that's one of the things with all these skills is you're always going to have to keep working on them to stay good and keep getting better, right? There's maintenance required, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Cool. What's your positive? So that's my positive focus. What's your positive
Awesome.
focus, Eric?
My positive focus is I spent several hours yesterday working on new webinar slides, and I feel stoked about it. Yeah, I just put a lot of creative energy and positivity into it. And I took your suggestion of breaking down. So any slides that had a bunch of bullet points on them, I just made that one slide into 5 more slides with
Right.
just 1 or 2 things on each slide and a lot of engaging visuals on it to keep people captivated. And it'll be a lot more fast moving than like spending 5 or 7 minutes on one slide. It'll be like 30 seconds, 1 minute on a slide, and then next slide, and then next
Yep.
slide.
Yep.
Yeah, so I added that in. I took out some elements that I just felt were not that relevant and just boring facts and things like that that people aren't going to care about. And then I added in some stories
Yep.
and testimonials and things like that with some pictures of people that had both a healing journey with the water that I'm working with, and then also their experience of working with the business and what they've created in their life with it, and like
Sweet.
pictures of that. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Cool. Cool. Oh, we have Bianca here. Bianca is a hypnotherapist
Oh,
and a
cool.
longtime friend and follower and customer and client. Good to see you both live. Good progress on your slides. Bianca, I want to hear
Thank
about
you.
what progress you've made since we talked last. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how things are going for you. Bring me up to speed. Cool. Cool. So that's great, Eric. Good progress on the webinar. Are you doing the webinar tomorrow night?
I am. Yes.
Great, great. Okay, cool. So you wanted to talk a little bit about LinkedIn, and then we can dive into our Get Shit Done weekly plan. Original question about LinkedIn, which is a totally relevant question, I might add, but
Yep.
is you said I was thinking we could talk about LinkedIn. It's a platform I've never used before, not really ever used before. Several people have mentioned that it's an excellent source for higher level leads and clients. So my question would be something like, how might I change my messaging to reach my ideal clients on this platform? And what other ways might I optimize maximum growth on LinkedIn? And so I was like, one, I'm not a LinkedIn expert. So I recommend you ask ChatGPT or an expert on LinkedIn. And honestly, my answer stands. That's still true. But I do have some commentary on how to explore new platforms. One of the things is that every platform, it's like buying another house. Okay. Every social media platform basically is another house that you have to maintain. If you're going to buy a first house, that's a lot of responsibility. That's called social media platform number one that you spend most of your time on right now. If you're gonna go ahead and buy a second home or a third home or a fourth home, basically that's how much extra responsibility you now have on you that you're working in that new platform. Okay, it takes hours every single day, all right, in order to have any kind of significant results. And in order to really grow on it, you want to have really significant results on your existing platform so you can quickly grow and hit critical mass on the next platform you're moving toward. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, as a one man or one woman, one person show, you're not going to have the resources in order to grow. It's not going to
Right.
work out. So the first example is if you're live streaming already, use something like StreamYard or Restream, or there are a bunch of different solutions where you can stream onto multiple platforms at once. And if you're thinking about beginning to explore other platforms, then I would recommend start your just expand your stream. Okay. That's a way you can begin to expand into multiple platforms. So for you, Eric,
Yep.
we should get you streaming on YouTube. We should get you streaming on LinkedIn. We should get you streaming on X. We should both be streaming on Instagram whenever we do the Get Shit Done show. It is foolish for us both not to be doing this to as many platforms as possible.
No, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
On the other hand, it's not going to get us much results.
Okay.
Okay. Because we're not spending the time interacting with people on all these platforms. So if people are liking and commenting and you never respond, their algorithm's going to shut you right down.
Yep.
So the next thing that you can do is you can start paying the platforms. So I would recommend minimum ad budget that you can afford, but go minimum. Go $5 a day on Facebook, go $5 a day on LinkedIn, go $5 a day on TikTok, go $5 a day wherever. Because the reality is, if you spend your money on these social platforms, they're gonna give you more social juice in most cases. It's an unfair truth. Okay. If you have the ability to go pro, basically, if you have the ability to give the platform money on a continual basis, do it. On if it means upgrading to premium on LinkedIn, it means upgrading to plus or whatever it's called on X and getting verified on Facebook. Do those things. It will
Okay.
absolutely give you more juice. But again, they take time. So until your Facebook group is making you all the until you're making 30 grand a month from your Facebook group, you don't really want to spend a lot more time on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay. Like you don't have the bandwidth. Doesn't mean you shouldn't stream there, but
Sure.
to really develop a plan, cultivate a community in one of these spaces, you need to spend time.
Yeah,
And
I feel that. Yep.
and most people already aren't spending the time that they should be cultivating their Facebook group. You want to know
Yeah,
why
no, I
your
feel that. Yeah, already my
Facebook group is
bandwidth is,
dead?
like,
Because you're not spending the
stretched.
time, connecting with people in the Facebook group,
Yep.
right? You have hundreds of people in there who want to connect with you that you're not connecting with
Right.
right now.
Yep.
So do I. Okay.
Okay.
So do I. That's one big thing. But on the other hand, if you're hell bent on going on a LinkedIn or TikTok or whatever, the next answer is real simple, dude. Is follow all the big players in Kangen on LinkedIn. That's it. And go follow them all and start interacting with them all and look at what they're doing. Let
Okay.
it slowly seep in over time. Notice how the messaging is different. Maybe follow them on Facebook and follow them on LinkedIn. Is there a difference in the messaging? Is there not? Maybe not. LinkedIn is good for professionals and it's good for people who are employed or seeking employment. It's not as good for BizOp because there's a whole lot of people in BizOp who are like unemployed, desperate for money, and looking for an easy way out.
Mhm.
Network marketing has a similar vibe, but it's not if the cheapest thing you're selling is 5 grand.
Right.
Like you're looking for somebody who's probably gainfully employed or married and and at least and there's at least one full-time good income coming into the household and someone's trying to start up a side hustle or a part-time business that they can. I want to just check in with Bianca here. It sounds like lots of news from Bianca. Bianca says, I've been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks, care flighted, whoa, a few surgeries, miracles, and foraging onwards and upwards. I don't know what happened, Bianca, but I'm glad you're here and letting us know. And you're doing well. Thank God for miracles and the power of mindset. Forever grateful. God, resilience, my mindset, recalling all positive no's in my subconscious. I love you and thank you. All right, Bianca. Sounds like some heavy duty stuff going on. She says, your hypno session was imprinted on my mind about going upwards and onwards. That's great. Awesome.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm glad whatever was going on, I'm glad you got through it, Bianca. Good to hear from you. So, exploring on LinkedIn or otherwise, if you want to know how to adjust your messaging or how to be more successful on LinkedIn, follow the people that are already doing as well, who seem to be the people that you want to become, right? Follow
Sure.
the
Yep.
people and just pay attention to them. Turn your notifications on for that app, read them. It basically spend some time doing the research. That's the best way. And then if you want your social to do well on any of these platforms, pay the platform and you'll do better. Everything will be easier. Right. So those are the general rule. I would I though, yeah, I would say dude, your time is going to be much better suited in my opinion, is going to be much better placed interviewing experts in Kangen. Like,
Sure.
start doing
Yep.
it every week,
Okay.
at least
Yep.
one. Super important because, like, you already have access to people. You already have access to more people than you're following up with.
True.
Bottom line, like,
Definitely.
you have a
Yep.
Facebook group that's growing, you're doing a weekly webinar, you need to get better at promoting the webinar and getting people on it, but you're doing the weekly webinar, your Facebook group is growing every day. You studying the art and science of being successful with Facebook groups would help, and you messaging every single member on a continuous basis until you just can't keep up would also help. But all those things you can do you already have momentum on Facebook and it's not being maximized.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yep. It's
Um,
true.
and I say this and I'm on LinkedIn and I stream there, but I never do anything else.
Okay.
Even though it absolutely is a treasure trove of professional clients if you do put the time in, right? All of these things work if you don't spread yourself too thin. Yeah, that's the
Yep.
ticket. That's
Alright.
the key. That's the key. Cool. What did ChatGPT have to say about LinkedIn?
Alright, so yeah, I took your suggestion. Let me pull up email the answer to myself. So yeah, I followed your suggestion and just typed into ChatGPT exactly what I sent you this morning in
Great.
text. And this is what ChatGPT said to me. How to optimize your messaging and growth on LinkedIn for your ideal clients. To effectively attract high level leads and clients on LinkedIn, you need to tailor your messaging and optimize your profile and content strategy. Here's how. Number one, adjust your messaging to attract ideal clients. Speak to their pain points and desires instead of just promoting Enagic, which is the Kangen company. Highlight problems they face. Example, health concerns, financial freedom, sustainability. Position yourself as an authority. Share insights on hydration, wellness, and entrepreneurship rather than just pitching products. Use value driven content. Educate and inspire with case studies, testimonials, and success stories. Messaging examples. Um, okay, so then it's giving examples of what old messaging might be and what new messaging might be.
Okay.
Old, so the old example is join my team and make passive income with Kangen water. The new, did you know dehydration can lower energy and productivity by 30%? High performers, entrepreneurs, athletes, endurance. Well, here's why it works. Old, start a water business and change lives. New, looking for a way. Oops, I lost my spot. Looking for a way to build recurring income in the wellness space. Here's how I transformed from. That's all it gave me.
From dehydrated and broke to
I know. Right.
hydrated, high performing, wealthy entrepreneur.
Yeah. It didn't really seem to give me anything too specific for LinkedIn. It was just gave general, yeah, of course I should speak to my audience's pain points and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
tailor
gonna
my
have to ask
messaging that way.
more, like, you're gonna have to put more effort into asking
Yeah,
more
I think so too.
questions,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yep.
Alright, dude, let's do a fairly quick weekly action plan, okay?
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
I shared a Google Doc with you, and so maybe you can open that up on your laptop,
All
and
right. Where is it? You email it to me or?
it's a Google Doc, so it'll automatically send you an email, yeah, to your molecular hydration email,
Or
and a all that's on there is your name and my name, and so, really, there are a few things that we need to work on here, right?
oh, here it is. Yep.
We're gonna cover, first of all, what we did last week to grow our business, okay? And I wanna really mention this. This is not a place to list out what you did last week to maintain your business.
Gotcha.
This is not a list of things that you did last week to fulfill on your promises or to provide your services. This is a list of what you did to grow your business. It's the shit that will move the needle in your business. It's not the day-to-day stuff that everybody in your business has to do. This is the stuff that you're doing differently in order to grow.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
So
that shortens my
that's why
list.
there's a dollar sign
Yeah.
instead of an S. It's the shit list. It's the needle moving stuff. It's not just the stuff you're procrastinating on. It's the stuff that you're procrastinating on that will bring in more money, that will grow, in most cases, that will grow your business. It might be, if you're beyond bringing in more money in your business, then it's growing your team or training your team or bringing in a consultant to install a new skill, or there are higher level growth activities other than just making money. But for most small business owners who are between 1 and 50 employees, making money is usually a pretty important piece of the puzzle, and most businesses would like to have more profit, right? So what are you
Right.
doing to grow your business, to increase sales and increase profit in the last 7 days? And so what we want to do is we want to be focused on these things. We want to make some of them routine, and then we want to stay focused on growth. Eric, what are some of the things that you can remember, and we're introducing this kind of new structure here. We're figuring it out as we go. So what are some of the things that you can remember that you got done last week to grow your business? These are items that are like to-do list items. What
Okay.
would you get done last week to grow?
This
Even if it
past
didn't actually produce money,
Yeah, the growth items. Yeah. So this past week was not my most productive week.
no, no,
There was
that's
a
no, no, I don't wanna
Yeah.
hear about that. I
Okay,
wanna
sure.
hear what you got
Well,
done.
what I did get done, I updated my webinar slides last night, and I have a
Why don't
whole
we
new
say improved?
improved. Yeah, I improved my webinar slides and the presentation that I'm going to deliver
Great.
tomorrow.
What else?
Yep. I put out a piece of video content that was putting out feelers to see who would be interested in learning about short form video. Is it something and mentioning that if there's interest, I want to make a training on that. And it's regardless, I'm going to make a training on that because I know there's going to be people interested, whether or
Right.
not they're raising their hands right now. It's something that I can create that's going to add value to both my Facebook community and elsewhere, and I can use it in various ways. I can use it as a lead magnet. I can use it in my offer stack. I can help train my team members with it. Yeah, so it seems like a valuable thing that I can put into play. So that's something I did was just put out the initial word with that. And I did get a couple of people raise their hand saying, "Yeah, I'd love to learn about that."
Okay, you did a short form video post.
Yep, which I haven't done in a long time. That's
Great.
something, yeah.
Awesome. Especially if you're gonna do a course or a training or a webinar, whatever it is on short form video, you
Yep.
better do a bunch of short form videos to promote it,
Exactly.
right?
I know.
And try every different type you can come up with, or you can find to model from someone else
Mhm.
to get a better response,
Sure. Okay.
right? Good.
Yep.
So short form video post. Awesome. Next, you did 6 get shit done episodes,
I did 6 get shit done episodes. That's true.
right?
Yeah, all the get shit done stuff. I
Yeah, that
start
counts.
Okay, yeah. So I started scheduling posts. I've been taking the get shit done show episodes and uploading them onto Opus clips, turning them into short form video, and then scheduling those 1 per hour for 24-hour blocks to just mass broadcast get shit done content across a bunch of platforms.
Do you have any idea how many, like just roughly, I don't care about accuracy here, but
Mhm.
roughly how many get shit done video posts do you think or clips do you think you've made?
That were posted.
Yeah, not including duplicates. Don't worry about the duplicate platforms and stuff. I just mean individual clips, like roughly how many clips.
Individual clips, I think I got a clip probably about 48 or 50 of them out,
Okay, great.
across multiple platforms. So, yeah.
50 short form GSD video clips. Great. So created and published 50 short form GSD video clips. Awesome. Great. And did you do anything for in your Facebook group?
I did. I promoted my webinar.
Yep. And
And I did that on my, profile page also. I
okay.
just did
And yeah,
duplicate
what
posts.
else did you do on social? Anything?
Um,
Or just
yeah, I posted a ton of really great video content that I've been just yeah, but documenting a lot of the fun stuff I've been doing in my life,
how many social posts do you think you did for yourself?
including stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I posted a lot in
Just
stories.
yeah, make a guess. Just make a guess.
I don't know, 30?
Great. 30
Yeah.
social, 30 personal social posts.
Yeah. Maybe
Great.
more counting all
Okay,
the
great. So
stories.
what I have
Yep.
is you improved your webinar slides, you did a short form video post, you did 6 get shit done episode live streams, you created and published 50 short form get shit done video clips, you promoted your webinar to your Facebook group, and you did roughly 30 personal social posts last week.
Alright, now that you say all that stuff, it sounds like I wasn't slacking quite as much as I felt like I was last week. This was like a week where I was really struggling to get shit done.
I know.
Yeah, I just
And
had
you
a
really
few
were.
days where I was really getting it, and a lot of days where I felt like I was not getting it. Yeah, I did get some shit done at least.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. And what are didn't get done.
Uh, yep.
What did you so we talked about some of the things that you got done. What do you know that you didn't get done that you intended to?
I did not do my webinar on Tuesday last
Okay,
week.
I don't wanna hear about why. Let's move on. Do
Yep.
web Okay, what else? Is there anything else that you know that you dropped the ball on?
I was not 100% consistent or anywhere near 100% consistent with my social posting.
Okay, so you did a bunch of it, but not consistently.
Yeah, it was like the past few days I got a bunch of content out, but yeah, there was a few days earlier in the week where I was
Yep,
very inconsistent.
yep. Okay, good. Anything else?
I did not Yeah, I was not super consistent with my follow-ups and messaging. That's something I've been getting caught up with the past few days. But earlier in the week, yeah, there was a few days where I was, yeah, just inconsistent across the board.
Okay, great. Good. Anything else?
Think that about covers it.
Okay, great. So, next week or this week
Yep.
is February 17th through must be the 21st or 20th. So, what are the mission critical items that are that you that you're going to get done this week to grow your business that you currently are aware of?
Delivering my webinar tomorrow and promoting it.
Okay, you're going to do weekly webinar. Do you want to be at all more specific about promoting it?
Promoting it in my stories on my page, promoting it in written posts and short form video posts in my group and on my page. And putting out an email broadcast to my list.
Okay. How often?
The webinar's tomorrow.
So well, hold on, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm saying, what are you going to get done this week in the
this
next
week.
7 days?
Right.
So yes,
Okay.
the webinar is tomorrow, but then you have 5 more days,
Exactly. Yep.
right? So yes, you're going to promote this week's webinar today and tomorrow, presumably. But what about right? What about the rest of the 5 days?
Right.
So
So I'm going to promote it tomorrow's webinar today, which is might as well say right now is at tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to promote it tomorrow in the morning. And then the following 2 or 3 days, I'm going to be promoting the replay.
okay, here's what I'm trying to here's what I'm trying to get you to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to say I'm gonna do all those things every day, but maybe
I'm
that's
going to
not
do
what
all
you're
those
gonna do.
things every
I'm
day.
asking you how I want a number, an
Yep.
achievable, actionable, specific number that you are deciding for yourself that I'm not deciding for you. Every day?
Yeah. Every day, whether it's promoting the upcoming
Great.
webinar or the replay
Good.
for the following couple of days. Yep.
That's exactly what you should be doing. I'm in full
Yep.
support. Anything else that you're going to do this week to move the needle?
I am going to be more consistent with the Kevin Nation's high ticket sales, the rapid sales
Being more
training.
consistent is not measurable. It's a cop out. What are you gonna
Okay.
do?
I am going to,
Like, you could be like, "I'm gonna complete the course this week." Like,
or
that would be a clear goal that would move the needle and move you forward, as an example. Could do, "I'm gonna do 1 module every day for 7 days or 5 days a week." You can decide what your numbers are, and I'm not trying to get you to overcommit. That's not the
yeah, I don't want to
point is to
overcommit
to
and
get to
not
what you're
be
gonna
able to
do and then to
follow
do it.
through.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can always do extra if you feel like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every day, I can commit to 5 days a week with the training and put basically how I'm doing it is I'm going through it really consciously and being really present with it. I'm pausing every step of the, I'll listen to a little bit, pause it, take notes.
Dude,
So if
dude,
I'm not,
you're overthinking it. Just how
Okay.
many days a week do you wanna do training for Kevin Nation stuff?
Yeah, 5 days a week.
5 days, how much? 1 module, 1 hour?
I can commit to an hour, and if I do more.
Okay, 5 days of sales training, 60 minutes.
Yep.
Great. Awesome. Anything else?
Aside from the just the regular daily stuff.
Alright. I am gonna challenge you on this. One thing that I think you should be doing every week, if you're serious, is you should be interviewing a Kangen leader
Oh,
every
yeah, that
week,
one. Yeah, that is on my list.
somehow, some way,
Yep.
okay? Make a valuable video, an hour-long video. If you
Yep.
but you have to reach out to a bunch of people first, and then they don't have to be live streamed, but they can be.
Yep.
You could Zoom, you could StreamYard, you could just use Facebook. Like, you can
Yep.
do whatever you want, but if you do an educational, beneficial, motivational training on how to crush it with Kagan with, like, over the next 12 weeks with the top 12 people that'll return your calls, like, you're gonna be a better distributor for it, and they're all gonna be paying attention to you because all of a sudden, like, "Who's this guy coming out of nowhere?" And your people will love it because you're, like, giving them really good shit.
Exactly.
And
No,
it'll
that's an
immediately,
important
like,
piece.
within a month, it'll start opening opportunities for you.
No, I know you're right. That's
That's
been
right.
honestly, that's been on my list for, like, about a year, and I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
know.
that hasn't happened
The
yet.
same reason you do your webinar. You're nervous about doing it wrong, you're nervous about getting rejected, you're nervous that you're not gonna have good questions ready, you're whatever, all the
Whatever,
various
it's
reasons.
bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, we all have a bunch of bullshit, so
Yeah, cool,
that
yeah, that goes on the
that's a
list.
needle moving activity.
That should be on the top of my list, honestly.
One thing that oh, you wanna put that at the top of your list?
Mhm.
Great. What is the action item? Reach out to how many?
Reach out to okay, yeah, how many? I don't know, let's say initially 10?
Reach out to 10 Kangen/network marketing leaders for interviews. And are you gonna try to do an interview this week?
Yes.
Do how just 1 or what?
Yeah, I'll start with 1, and I can do more. If I reach out to 10 people and 7
Yeah,
of them say yes, maybe I'll be
or
doing
just
7.
schedule them in
Yeah,
advance
schedule
calls,
them. Yeah,
right?
exactly, right.
Exactly. Okay, great.
Yep.
I typed up these on the Google Docs so you could focus on thinking instead of typing.
Great, perfect.
And so what we have is this week, in the next 7 days, you're gonna reach out to 10 Kangen and or network marketing leaders for interviews. You're going to do one expert network marketing interview. You're going to do your weekly webinar. You're going to promote your weekly webinar in stories on your page with written posts, short form video posts in the group and on the page with an email broadcast every single day. And you're going to do 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of high ticket sales training with the course that you're going through. You're probably going to do 6 get shit done episodes.
Also,
You're
that's true.
probably also going to publish.
Or is Rory doing Wednesdays now? What's happening with that?
Rory is going to be on Wednesday. I think we should probably all 3 of us be there at first,
Okay,
and then he'll probably be fine after that. So let's
sure.
all 3 of us be
Yep,
there, and then moving
cool.
forward, we can probably just have him take over for that. Clips do you want to publish this week for Get Shit Done?
I can do 24 a day. It's easy.
Okay, great. What's 24 times 7?
That's not my superpower.
Me either. Me
Yeah,
either. And I just shut down my phone.
I
So
have
let's
my
say
phone's on
24 times 7, you know what? 20 times 7 would be 140, and 4 times 7 is 28, 104, 168
cool.
or so, right?
Something like
Um,
that. Yeah, a bunch.
okay,
Basically 1 an hour, 1 every hour, broadcast across multiple platforms every hour of every day this week and year moving forward. There will be get shit done content, multi broadcasted all over the place.
that's it. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Super cool. Super cool.
Technology has made that incredibly efficient.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true. On that note, guys, I want to say that if you're not already a member of our Get Shit Done community, we just opened the doors from our paid community. We opened it to free lifetime membership for a limited time. So, special offer for a limited time. I'm not going to say when we're going to close the doors on it. So if you want to get in now at getshitdone.com, you can join our productivity cult for entrepreneurs. We will hypnotize you to get shit done. We do weekly work parties, which we're going to do here in an hour and 45 minutes. We have the Get Shit Done weekly work party on Mondays at noon Eastern. So if that sounds good to you and you want to be part of a growth oriented, growth minded group of internet entrepreneurs predominantly who want each other to win and who want you to win, please come join us at getshitdone.com. Jump in, join us on the work party if you can, experience productivity hypnosis for yourself, and watch your entrepreneurial game explode as you start getting more shit done than you ever could have possibly imagined. Awesome, by the way, to have you here, Bianca. Bianca says, so good to see and hear you both. Thank you, Bianca. And
Thank
she
you.
also says, so golden and want the technology. I don't really know what you mean, but I'll take
I
it.
think she's maybe talking about the Opus Clips thing where you can
Uh,
broadcast it out. Yeah,
yeah.
Opus Clips. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. And it's fairly cheap. Cool. Cool. We're almost at the top of the hour. So, Eric, now would be a great time to do a little pure path pitch.
Sure. Yeah. So my Facebook group, Pure Path to Prosperity, is a community that I'm building where I'm going to be helping you get from where you're at in your life currently. Maybe you're spending all your time working for somebody else, spending all your time grinding away. You're away from home. You've got a family at home, a partner, children, and you want to be spending more time with them. Have an opportunity. I'm going to be showing you an opportunity to work from home on your own schedule, on your own terms, to create the life that you want to live and helping you get out of your own way in terms of fear blockages. A lot of times I find in my own experience, when it comes to moving in the direction of my dreams, my own biggest blockages are the fears that get in the way of me taking the necessary actions to get from here to there. And yeah, it's uncomfortable. It takes stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's one of my superpowers. It's just doing that over and over again as a lifestyle. And I'm going to be helping you to go through that process and encouraging you along the way. And tomorrow, I am presenting my Wave of Prosperity webinar where I'm going to be sharing about one thing that that nobody can live without, and how that is the key to creating a home-based business where you can prosper in your life and create the life that you want on your own terms, on your own time flow, and create a life by your own design.
On your own time. Flow.
On your own time flow.
Are you going to set
That's
it on
right.
fire in the middle of the webinar?
Oh, set the hydrogen water on fire. Maybe.
Do it. Get a
I could do
blowtorch,
the
put it live
webinar in
on
the kitchen.
screen.
Yeah.
Doing that, like having the water pouring out and setting it on fire with a blowtorch would be a great video, like for a short and like a thumbnail.
Yeah,
Telling
it
you.
would be. It will be.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but yeah, join my group, Pure Path to Prosperity. You can look it up on Facebook. The link is also in the description of this video. And
Right.
you can just click on that and join, and I'll see you on the inside. And look forward to seeing you on the Wave of Prosperity webinar tomorrow.
You guys can take a cruise on Eric's boat down the path of prosperity. I
Ride the
thought I was going to
wave.
say something really profound sounding, and it just didn't
It
roll off
didn't
the
quite
tongue the way
gel.
I hoped. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all
Um,
right.
but speaking of fear really is one of the things. So if you're wondering why you're not more successful, if you're wondering why you're not achieving, if you're smart enough, if you know that you work hard enough, if you know that you're dedicated to it, but you're still not making the money that you think you should be making, that you feel like perhaps you deserve to make, if you're not getting the financial results, even though you have the intention, What is it that's holding you back? Is it really another marketing process? The answer is no. They all work. Is it really like that new software that you need? Like, it's going to give you an advantage, but it's not going to give you everything that you need. What's actually holding you back? What's actually holding you back is your subconscious. You can't see it. It's always going in the background, and it's all of the things that you're unaware that you're doing to keep you exactly where you are right now. And it's generally to keep you safe, to keep you secure, to keep you in your comfort zone. And if you and many times the fear that you talk about, Eric, it's so ingrained, it's so much part of us, we don't even register it as fear. We don't even see it. We don't even see it as an option. We don't even see that path as a traversable path. We're blind to it existing at all in order to keep us on the straight and narrow, in the world that we know, in the lifestyle that we know, as the person that we know we are, we've always been, we believe we are deep down. And what that comes down to is a certain type of self-worth. And if you can improve your self-worth, if you can truly love and care about yourself fully as you are right now without any change happening in your financial situation, then your financial situation will suddenly become much better because like attracts like in love and in money. And if you're scarcity oriented, and the way that you can tell is how much money did you make last month? That's going to tell you right where your money mindset is, whether you like it or not. And so the question is, are you ready to do something internally to actually make the change and actually make the shift instead of pointing to all these other things outside of yourself that might hopefully be the answer, be the magic cure, be the magic bullet? It's not outside of yourself, guys. The change needs to happen internally in order for you to create the change externally. If you want the change to happen internally and stop jumping from thing to thing and just staying stuck for the rest of your life, then I highly recommend that you book a private session with me at workwithtellman.com. Book a private hypnosis session and let's fix your situation so that you can start believing truly, deeply that you're worth the life that you want, that you can be more, that you are absolutely incredible in every way, and you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. So workwithtellman.com. I have a very special offer going on right now. The special offer is that, and I only take 5 clients a week. So when the spots are gone for the week. You can pay what it's worth to you to make the transformation that you desire. So what that comes down to is it's a name your own price offer. It's a pay what you want offer. I'm encouraging you to really think deeply about what's the problem that you want to solve and how much that would be worth to you to solve it. Or what's the transformation you want to make? What's the change you want to make? What's the skill you want to enhance? What's the ability you want to improve? Do you want to become a lister, high ticket closer? Do you want to become a astonishing copywriter? Do you want to become incredible at speaking and selling from stage? Do you want to become do you want to become a charismatic and fearless broadcaster, live streamer, podcaster? Do you want to become an incredible network marketer? Do you want, yeah, what skill, if you were one of the best in the world, what skill would move the needle the most for your business? And we can focus on getting you great at that. So workwithtellman.com is the place to go. You get to choose what the transformation would be worth to you. You get to choose your own price, and we'll have a private session together on Zoom. You'll love it. You'll love it. And very limited. So again, I only accept one new client per day, 5 days a week. If that sounds like something, you'd go sign up now before the spots get filled. And let's see what's going on. We have another comment. Oh, this is from Bianca. Very happy client. Thanks a trillion. You're welcome. You got it, Bianca. One of my best selling hypnosis sessions for years has been the 10K per month session, because most of the time when I ask struggling entrepreneurs, whether they're starting their first business or starting a new business, what their goal is, most people, most of the time say $10,000 a month. It's programmed into our cultural consciousness. But what I've been finding is that I have a bunch of clients that are not motivated by that number. because they've already exceeded that number in the past or have exceeded it now, and they're more interested in the $25,000 a month session. And that session was actually requested by a client years ago, and I never made it. I never made the $25,000 a month session. So I feel like maybe I should create that session in the not too distant future. We'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, we've been going for an hour. I didn't do my weekly plan yet. We also got a work party in an hour and a half. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my weekly plan off camera. I'm gonna put it on the Google Doc, and I'm gonna check in with you on my weekly plan next week and what actually got done as well.
Great.
So when we have a little bit more time, and we can try to streamline the check-in process around the weekly plan. Guys, if you have questions about the weekly plan, please write them in the comments. I highly recommend that if you're watching this, type in what you're going to get done in the next 7 days. What are you going to get done this week to move the needle in your business, to grow your business the most? Make sure you're choosing, in most cases, high revenue producing activities. For most people, most of the time, that's going to be the biggest needle moving thing that you could do is implement high level, high profitability, needle moving activities and commit to exactly how much you're going to do of it, how often, and when. Get really clear and then schedule time block in time to do those things. So that's the other thing, Eric, is take the items from that list and make sure they're time blocked.
I'll do that. Yep.
Time block it in. Cool. Rock and roll. I think that's all for today.
Great.
You know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
It's time to get shit done. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're not in the Get Shit Done community, you can join us today for free and get a lifetime membership while the doors are open for free lifetime membership at getshitdone.com. And you can join us in an hour and a half for our weekly work party at Get Shit Done at noon Eastern. And if you're watching the replay of this later on, then join the Get Shit Done community so you could join us next week for our weekly work party. Really looking forward to seeing you guys there. All right, Eric, I think that's all for today. And Bianca says my Facebook group is created.
All right.
Then she says go home. I think she means maybe going home. And she says Facebook group creation feels wonky. Don't worry, wonky's fine. That's called out of your comfort zone. Just go through the process and start posting in there every day. And one thing that didn't make your list, Eric, that I would encourage you to add there is how much time per day are you going to schedule in to private message the individual members of your Facebook group?
I can dedicate an hour a day to messaging in general.
Good.
And yeah, that
Well, that's
involves
a good place
also,
to start because the
yeah,
more interactive they are in the group, like the more them you reference the group, the more activity they'll naturally have in the group because you'll just be reminding them that they're in this cool group. And
true.
like if
Yep.
they interact with you in Messenger, Facebook's going to show them more of your content. Okay.
True. No,
So
that's a good point.
they're
Yep.
gonna they're gonna end up interacting more in the group. And so asking people questions about themselves, where they're at, what they're challenged by, how you can help them. Also, open-ended opinion-based questions. Have you ever tried a network marketing opportunity before? Or have you ever tried network marketing before? If so, what company? Find out who these people are. Find out, are you more interested in the opportunity with Kingid, or are you more interested in the water, the health benefits of the ionized water? Ask them. Asking a good, thought-provoking question every day in your group is one of the greatest posts you can possibly do. Instead of you just being smart or you just looking cool or you just doing cool shit or whatever, really asking them continually what's up with them, what they need, where they struggle, what their life is like. Do they have
Right. Okay.
kids? Are you single? You know, I mean, asking people if they're single or not is a little weird, right? But
Right.
like, are you flying solo or do you have a partner or spouse maybe in terms of your personal, are you only responsible for yourself or do you have a partner and or children? Or, what's your immediate responsibility like and these types of things. So yeah, think about it. Okay. All these people are at your party. You need to get to know them, dude.
Yep.
It's your house.
Definitely.
It's your house.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Cool.
The one last thing that didn't go on my list that should go on my list that needs to go on my list is I don't think I'm ready to make the training, but this week I'm going to come up with the framework for my training, sketch
Good.
it out on the short form video.
Yeah. Do it.
Yep.
Sketch it out yourself. Do your best job first. Then feed that into ChatGPT and ask it to make it better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Make this outline 100 times better, easier to understand, and far more impactful for the entrepreneur using the training.
Okay,
But
great.
using this as the basic framework. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Really good. Rock and roll, dude. Thank you. And see you at noon.
I'll see you at noon.
All
Yeah,
right.
work party today.
Oh, we got Liz Fuller chiming in before we
It was
wrap up for today. Morning, Liz. My work stoppers are small blind spots, probably ego driven and hard to see. They get solidified and hard to move. Okay, Liz, I would recommend just ignore the blind spots and focus on getting shit done. What are the top 3 needle moving activities, like high revenue producing activities that you're going to commit to doing this week that you are going to get done no matter what? Type them into the Bianca, Liz, type them into the comments. What are the top 3 needle moving activities that you're going to get done this week? Come hell or high water, as they say, that are above and beyond what you were going to do anyway. What are you going to do to really make a big, high impact? And I want them to be measurable and specific. No wishy-washy. No, I'm going to create social content. No, I want to know exactly what you're going to do. Pin yourself down on this, right? And then I want you to bring that back to next week's Monday session so we can know how things are going. All right, rock and roll. And in case you guys are wondering, get shit done work parties are we get together to do the things on your list. We get together so you can focus on getting them done, knocking them out. Super important.
right.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tellman.
And everyone, it's time to get shit done. We'll talk to y'all soon. Over and out.